Hi there, Ben here. I've got my headset on, which means I'm probably going to be playing around with the internet a little bit, and I wanted to show you a really cool website from the New York Times that involves the speeches from both of the national conventions that just happened here in the United States in the last couple weeks. So without further ado, let's take a look at this website. Now, if you head over to the New York Times and this particular website, you'll notice right off the bat that it's kind of nice and visual and bubbly and all sorts of fun colors and everything. And this is why I wanted to show it to you, because I tried to write about it and I sent off a couple emails to people and said, check this out, but words just don't do it justice. So what we're looking at here is basically just a regular frequency map, right? So what the New York Times is, they took all of the speeches from both national conventions. You could see here's excerpts from both the Democratic speeches and the Republican speeches. And what they did is they took all of the speeches from these two conventions and they threw them all together in a giant database, and they did a frequency map of it. So basically a frequency map is just going to be showing you how frequent certain words came up. So for example, if I take a look at this bubble right here, the Obama bubble, his particular name was mentioned 175 times by Democrats, as indicated by the blue section and the little number here, and 66 times by the Republicans. Likewise, if I come down here to Romney, Romney was mentioned 109 times by the Republicans, while he was only mentioned 92 times by the Democrats. Okay, so it's really kind of cool, and I love the way they've got it set up where the words that were mostly mentioned by Democrats over here, things like middle class and bin Laden, and there's some phrases in here, really tiny, playing field, level playing field. And over here on the right, they've got words that were predominantly mentioned by Republicans. So church was mentioned 9 times. Unemployment was mentioned 17 times. Now, here's the cool thing, right? Because at first glance, you look at this and you say, oh, that's wonderful, Ben. Look, nice little frequency map. I can do this with Wordle. Yes, you can do this with Wordle, but here's something you can't do with Wordle. If you were to click on one of these words, say economy, okay, that's pretty close to even, 53 to 41. You could get a little bit closer. And you scroll down here, this really cool app pulls up quotes in which the word economy is highlighted. Okay, so you can see right here, Democrats mention economy 53 times per 25,000 words. Okay, and over here we've got who said it and specific quotes from the speech that they gave it in. So you can see Bill Clinton here was using the word economy a lot, followed by Barack Obama, Deval Patrick, okay, Barney Frank. Now if I come over here to the Republican side, all right, we could see, Mary Fallon and Mitt Romney, and Brian Sandoval, Rob Portman, and all the way up here towards the top, Paul Ryan. He was the guy talking a lot about the economy for the Republicans. All right, really cool stuff. Being able to dig down in here and not just take a look at how frequently the words are being used, but also take a look at them in context. Now, there's one other thing that I thought was really cool about this little tool, where it says add word or phrase, because they did a pretty good job of pulling out the ones that would either be the most, not necessarily controversial, but the ones that would be the most interesting to people. But of course, the word that's most interesting, that is the word that I want to know, right? And you want to know, and maybe it's not here. So if I were to go ahead and put in something like technology, we'll see how that goes. Oh, look, apparently I've already typed it in before. I'll go ahead and I'll click plus. And it's going to create a little bubble for me right here. You can see that. And it's really, really tiny. Why? Well, because apparently it was only mentioned once per 25,000. And this bubble's really, really tiny. Why? Because apparently it was only mentioned once per 25,000 words. Oh, look, it's not even. 0.8 times. Okay, so again, it's a frequency per 25,000 words. Not necessarily how many times it was said, but per 25,000 words. So there you go. That's my Futzcast for this particular tool at the national conventions. The words they used over at the New York Times. There's a link to it at the bottom of this video and in the blog post. Really cool site. Get on over there, check it out. I think there's a lot of applications for something like this, not only in a civics, government, or politics class, but also in an English course or a writing or composition course. Talking about frequency of words, or comparing and contrasting two different rhetorical or oratory styles. So there you go. Have fun with it. Bye.